even as Mwalimu was castigating me, I was telling you my story. Nikapewa johi
na baba
na mzee,
yes,
as a lesson.
Ili iwe funzo, sione kitu ati ni kitu ya mchezo.
Yeah. But here's the thing, here's something that is going to shake things up. Nakada apparently is proposing to raise the legal drinking age in Kenya from 18 to 21. Yeah? And that's not all. They want to also ban the sale of alcohol near schools. They want even influencers not to influence alcohol for alcohol. And the reason behind this is that young people are starting to drink too early. At as young as 12 and to 14. Wanaanza kugonga huko.
Hao ni watu wa primary school. 7, 8.
Yes, hapo hivyo. But of course this thing has brought in a lot of concerns. There's the musician Bien said that was wrong. Viri the storyteller was also saying that is right. And today I'm even trying to think back then when I was punished by my parent for onja. For me it was curiosity. Yeah? I was just curious. What is this that father takes every day?
Yes.
But I wonder what made people start drinking in the first place this morning.
Who influenced?
Was it friends? Was it family?
Because hata hiyo ya kusema ati utafunga bar ama hiyo wine and spirit iko karibu na shule. Hiyo ni kumaanisha kama kuna kanisa ama msikiti unafaa kuwa umekoka kama ukaslimu. Issue hapa ni nani alikuinfluence?
Yes. What made you start drinking? Because for me it was never the advertising. For me it has never been the advertising.
It's never advertising.
Ever. I do not remember a time where an alcohol ad ran and then me I felt the need to go.
Kuna zingine zina advertise yako unaona
kautamu fulani. It's never, mine was curiosity. And this is why sometimes I wonder, maybe, and this is just my opinion. At what point are institutions like, for example, Nakada, going to stop being parents and just be an institution? Because makosa ni ya nani? Si ni mzazi nyumbani achunge mtoto? Ama
issue ni who influenced. Unajua hata watoto wakikuja, ukiwa mtoto wana birthday ya 2 years old, watu wazima wanalewa hapa. You think mtoto tunaona
tunakimbia tukiona tu,
na kuna mali lienda katoto kakakuja kakakunywa kale confuse.
Yes,
hiyo maji na jin kakabulaka utapu. Ni wazazi. Issue ni influence.
Who is influencing these kids to drink?
Waanze kukunywa 12, 14 years old.
And 12, 14 years of age.
Ni wazazi. Before you think of kutoa ati toa karibu na shule nini. Shida hiko wapi?
I think it's at home.
Shida ni sisi wazazi.
I think the problem is at home, personally. What influenced you to start drinking? That's what I want to find out this morning.
Ulevi now imekuwa mingi hapa.
Because you started somewhere and you continued to this day. What is that thing that made you curious or even influenced you? Was it your mzee like some of us? Or was it friends? Was it family? Was it an advertisement you saw? What was it? Hit me up. 0711046105. That's my number. You can also find me on X at Mike Mondo1 at Classic 105 Kenya. The hashtag Mike and Kinga with our morning conversation. Something that I think we need to, call ourselves to a meeting for. Because Nakada now wants to raise the legal drinking age from 18 to 21. Me there, I agree. Me, I agree. If you're not 21, wachana na hiyo kitu. Yeah. And I know on paper it sounds great. Protect young people from, stop early exposure to alcohol and all of these things. But here's the thing. How many, do you know even right now in terms of enforcement, even right now, when's the last time you've seen in kwa club wakiitisha ID?
Hiyo iliisha.
When's the last time?
Hiyo kitu ilikuwaga Florida F1.
Ulikuwa uwezi ingia bila ID?
Yes. madhouse.
Siku hizi watu wanaingia tu shwa.
Although pia nowadays unaona jamaa kuna makidevu zile za ndabu lakini yako just 19 years. You know, you can't tell huyu ako miaka ngapi.
Anakaa mbaba.
Anakaa mbaba.
By the way, how old were you when you started?
Sisi wajua tulipewa hata kitambo sana. Kwa mnapewa kitambo.
Kaluvu.
Kaluvu hiyo.
Here's the thing today.
Part of celebration.
And by the way, no judgment here this morning. I'm not judging anyone, but I'm just saying. If you please let me know, how old were you when you had your first drink and what influenced you? Nini kakufanya ukasema, wacha nionje hii kitu. Sijui na nakaa poa. Because I know in some certain schools, I remember I used to see some guys would feature. Unakumbuka zile siku za masachet?
Yes.
Kitambo. Nilikuwa nikionanga hizo vitu tukienda funky.
Bas. Kuna pombe ilikuwa inaitwa Sogam Sake. Na kibuku.
I remember Sogam.
Kinywaji chakula. Well, zilisha hizo by the way. But where?
Why don't you give me a call? 0711046105 is my number. I'd love to find out, how old were you when you had your first drink and what influenced you to do it? Yeah? Ebu, talk to me with our morning conversation today. And here's a proposal that's been brought to you courtesy of the National Authority for Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA. They've announced plans to implement stricter measures on alcohol regulation. The one measure I agree with is raise the drinking age to 21. Hapo nakubali kabisa. Ban alcohol sales near schools. Hiyo pia nakubali. Yeah. But the reason why they're taking these measures is because young people, ages between 12 to 14, are starting to drink alcohol. And that there's an easy access to it.
Meaning a propose wapeleke au wazazi rehab. Shida inaanzia na wazazi.
Kingangi is here saying the problem is parents.
It's parents.
Unakaa hapo birthday party, mumekaa kwa kona.
Watoto mnapatia juice na wanasema ile soda ya daddy. Hata kunywa siku moja. Na you know, children wanaonaga.
Jaden anaangalia tu.
Watoto wanaona, anaona unakuja unawasili saa ile basi za yellow zinakuja watoto ndio na wewe unawasili. Inaitwa kwa walk of shame. Sasa bakita ikifika kuchukua watoto wewe ndio unafika.
Na anajua ile harufu
Baba Shiro.
Anajua ile harufu nanuka, anajua daddy alikunywa soda yake jana.
Bas.
So the problem for you is these parents. Me, I agree that the age should be 21. Totally agree. But also the enforcement aspect of it. When you go to a liquor store, those liquor stores, do they ask for ID? Because these kids are buying it somewhere. When they go to the club, do they ask for ID?
Club za siku hizi ziko na mlango hata ama unaweza ingilia anywhere.
Unaingia hapo kwa deliveries na nyuma. Here's the thing. I want to find out this morning, how old were you when you first had a drink? Your first drink, how old were you? And what influenced you to do it? Was it friends, family, stress, or were you just curious? What happened? Tell me your story, eh?
Yes, Mike.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Talk to me, my brother.
My name is Moses. I would like to contribute to this morning.
Yes.
Number one is the parents. You find that unaanda dining table, wazazi wameka pombe, watoto wamekewa juice. So huyu mtoto atakuwa curious kujua what is this mzazi anakunywa. And number two, I concur with NACADA.
Yes.
Hiyo age ipandishwe mpaka to 21. Watoto wanaoja pombe wakiwa 14, 15. By the time wafike 18, akili ishaja pombe. You can't do anything without pombe.
Wewe unakunywanga? Ulianza miaka ngapi?
Si tulianzishwa ile ya Kinganyi anasema, ile ya Karubu. Mzazi akipiga kona unakimbia unachota unajua ni nini wazee wanakunywanga, they are so happy, they dance.
Exactly. Happy juice. Haya. Sawa, asante.
Morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine.
Talk to me, my dear.
So, I think I was about 15 years old
15.
when it was on a Sunday and we were from church.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy mwenye alikuwa nakatia like my big sister. So that day from church, akaamua kupeleka my sister out for some like brunch or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Na mi nikawaambia mi siendi home, mi naenda na wewe. So from there akampeleka to a certain joint Wakunywe.
Yeah.
And ilikuwa zile enzi zenye I think Blue Moon vodka ndio ilikuwa imeingia kwa market. I think it was about 2014, 13 there. So akanunuliwa mzinga, and me I never knew what alcohol is, and nilikuwa naipiga kuipiga, and I'm like So I almost finished a whole bottle, almost.
On your first attempt?
Yes.
Guy.
Alone.
Yeah.
Because at that time sijui ukali ni nini, and nimeletewa hapo with chesa, so kazi yangu ni kumix na kukunywa. So before I realized it, I was drunk. And now tunafaa kurudi home.
Yeah.
My dad ni Simba. You know ile Simba.
Simba.
So we are at the gate and my sister is like, wewe umelewa, usiseme ulikuwa na mimi. Wewe utasema mahali penye ulikuwa peke yako, I was not with you. And in Makio that day, we used to have a duty calendar like kwa nyumba, so I was the one who was supposed to wash utensils. So naingia, even my stepmom is like, why are the utensils not washed? Who is supposed to wash? And they're like, Hope. So I'm being told, kuja washe vyombo. So hiyo nimelewa. Nimelewi. Nanuka pombe. And I go and face my stepmom like, Misioshi. And she just asked me, Hope umelewa? And I started, nimelewa kwani nimekunywa pombe ya mia sijui pombe ni nini. So I'm there nakaza mdomo. And the next thing, my dad is called. Luckily, my dad went to Shago that day. But by the next day, amefika hivi, the only thing he told me is, lie down. So that was his language. Ukifanya makosa ni lie down, na alikuwa anatuchapa na nyaunyo. Ile nyaunyo ya Masai really.
Yeah.
So before I realized it, actually, that was the first day yenye nilichenga my dad. Because I was like, Daddy, ni lie down, but let me just ask you one thing. If kama we mwenyewe ukunywi pombe kwa nyumba yako, mimi nani nianze kunywa pombe? And I said that na nika lie down. So I think that thing iliingia my dad kwa akili, akaona ni kama my mama ananiwekelea or something like that. And that is how I escaped, because the next thing niliambiwa tu ni get out of my sight. And from that day, mimi na pombe tulipigana X.
So that's very nice to hear. Eh? And thank you for sharing your story, my dear.
Thanks for listening.
You know, maybe that's what we need to return. Kiboko. So unaona huyu alikula kiboko na akameacha. Akaondokea. Keep calling. 0711046105 is the number. How old were you when you started drinking? And what influenced you to start? Talk to me, eh? Continue with our morning conversation. Something that is going to affect you soon. If you didn't know this. So here's the thing. So Nakada is are proposing to raise the legal drinking age from 18 to 21. And even ban alcohol sales near school. And I know on paper it sounds great. Protect young people, stop early exposure. I wonder whether or not it will work. However, I do agree that the legal drinking age should go up to 21. We already have that 18-year limit, but yet there are teens as young as 14 who are drinking. And in my opinion, the problem isn't just the law, it's enforcement. And let's face it, those attitudes of ours towards alcohol, they need to change. How many bars today check IDs? How many parents have honest conversations with their kids about drinking? So I want to find out this morning. Why don't you give me a call? 0711046105 is my number. How old were you when you started drinking? When you had your first drink, how old were you? And what influenced it? Talk to me.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to me, my brother.
Hii mambo ya alcohol hii.
Yeah.
Hii nilionjanga changa nikiwa class 4.
Ulipewa changa ukiwa class 4? Nani alikupea?
Mzae.
Sorry?
Mzae.
Mzae. Guy.
Sasa unaweza ukisema hapo 18 sana ni wazee, wacha wakui.
So let me ask you, do you still drink? Bado unakunywa?
Sasa hapana, niliachana.
Uliachana? Lakini wewe ulionjeshwa ukiwa class 4?
Class 4.
Guy.
Ukanimaji.
We, na ulimaliza 8?
Nilimaliza shule kabisa yote.
Guy. Haya. Sawa. Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Talk to me, my brother.
Yep.
Ongea na mimi.
Wewe ndo nimepata umenitafuta.
Hapana, this is Classic 105.
Classic 105. Maina na kinani?
Yes.
Nilikuwa nasema.
Yeah.
Mimi nikianza kunywa pombe nilianza nikiwa the age of 19.
19?
Yeah, 19 years old.
Nani ndio alikupatia hiyo pombe?
Na kitu ilifanya nianze kunywa pombe by that time ni stress, your girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, definitely alikuwa stress. Nikamua kupunguza hizo stress, wacha nikunywe pombe.
Sasa ukagonga kiasi gani?
By that time nilipiga like nusu ya quarter.
And today
inanipeleka vizuri tena nikaitisha waiter akaniongeza.
Do you take alcohol today?
Yeah?
Unakunywa leo siku hizi?
Nilikuja nikaachana na pombe manake nilipata hatuendani na pombe.
Okay. Sawa.
Manake nilipata hizo story hangover. Hapana.
That's good. That is very good.
Okay.
Yes. Have a good day. You know you need to return the kiboko. I still believe that.
Ile ya shule.
Yeah. Maanake ungekutana na wewe kwanza my former teacher Mr. Etiang.
Yeah.
Angekupata ati unanuka nini? Hiyo kiboko utakula in that school, my friend. Proper. Why don't you have the final word? 0711046105 is my number. How old were you when you started drinking? And what influenced you to do so? About the new raft of measures that Nakada would like to introduce in order to basically fight against alcohol consumption and alcohol abuse amongst Kenyans. Part of the suggestions are to increase the legal drinking age from 18 to 21. Totally agree. Hapo Nakada, go ahead. You have my vote if you are voting on it. But anyway, here's the thing. I want to find out this morning how old you are when you had your first drink. Because according to a study, it shows that teens between the ages of 12 to 14 are drinking already. Why do people start drinking so early in the first place? Ebu, let me know, how old were you when you had your first drink? And what influenced you to have it? Have the final word.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, Mike and Kinangi.
I'm very well.
Morning.
I'm well. I wanted to say some of these things there should be a study on whether it's genetic. Because ukisema watoto wa pasta, nao ndo wanakuanga walevi.
Watoto wa pasta?
The parents for that.
Watoto wa pasta wanakunywa divai.
Wanakunywa kuliko watoto wa Washerati. But also they also see that, okay, fine, some parents avail alcohol at home. But you see, according to sociologists, these are things, friends have more power than even the parents. Parents are primary sociologists, socialization, but your friends have more impact. So the blame can't fall solely on the parents. Sometimes the friends also have an impact.
How old were you when you started?
When I started at 17.
17. And what was the influencing factor?
Friends too. Hiyo kwenda jam session, F2 mnaanza na soda, kidogo mneka ka vodka kidogo si ni walevi mpaka sasa hivi.
mpaka saa hii.
Kumaanisha hata leo jioni utagonga kidogo.
Right, tumebaki tu, the damage is already done.
Haya.
Yeah.
Sawa. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Do you know one thing? We need to talk about this, Mwalimu.
Yeah.
Do you know there was also another study that showed that a lot of people, Kenyans especially, usually are drunk in the office.
Really?
Yes. Anyway, hayo tutaganga yakija.